Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fandom Flux podcast. I'm your host today, Zero, and it's episode 209. Yay!
Oh my god.
Isn't it so upbeat now?
He's been waiting 4 years for this.
With us, we have our little panel here Casey,
Hello.
Patient,
Hello, everyone.
and Kenshi.
Literally getting nothing from this.
Hi, I'm Kenshi618, and this is a dark day.
So, for those who are unaware, Casey can't record today for technical difficulties. So that means I get to record, and you'll be hearing my glorious voice in HD.
No, we won't. Also, I don't know whether I'm actually going to be able to come through because everyone else's voices are cutting out like crazy on my end. So,
But I hear you perfectly fine, and I hear everyone else perfectly fine. So that's all that matters.
yeah, pretty much that was my policy on it as well. Yeah. To be clear on what the technical difficulties are, my fan sounds like there is a car engine running in my flat, which means I can't record. It comes up on the microphone constantly as background noise. I can't get rid of it. So, yeah, I am on this podcast via phone, and Zero's running the board, so to speak.
Yeah, it doesn't pick up on my end, though, so it's fine.
I've turned my computer off. Had to.
Ooh.
Because it would have pissed me off if I'd left it on. It's that loud.
Yeah. Well, I guess now it's time for how have we been doing, guys? How has our week's been? Huh? How's it going?
What's he doing?
I don't know what he's doing.
If he's gonna do that, I have to go first.
Casey, how's your week been?
So, I watched some more JoJo.
Yeah?
For the past few hours because it meant I could leave my headphones on. It was low power in case my computer overheated because of the fan. And yeah, that was fun, cool, and stuff. I'm probably going to be kind of brief on this episode because I do have a bone to pick with Zero, though.
Yeah?
As I mentioned on the Discord server.
Yeah.
So, I watched Black Panther yesterday, Sunday.
Oh god.
Yeah, I saw it on Saturday.
You ever wonder what film producers think of memes when they come up at really inopportune times?
Oh, yeah, the whole... yeah.
Say, for example, if there were a meme that were to suddenly sprout out a month before a film set in almost entirely in Africa, a meme shows up based around some dumb shits quoting a film that was made in Uganda and doing shitty Ugandan accents, saying the lines that are literally in the movie.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Black Panther wants to show us the way. So, that's literally a thing he says in the film.
He says the way at one point, and then my brain just kind of partially exploded. It's like, oh no, the meme isn't dead yet. It's gonna live on for another year.
You single-handedly ruined that film for me, Zero. That's what happened.
My brother.
I mean, it was a good film.
That's all
it was a good film.
That's all it took to ruin the film for you.
They talk in accents that are
I know how they talk.
Middle African, and through the whole film, and he talks about wanting to find a queen. He wants to find the queen.
Spit on the fake queen.
I hate you, Zero. I hate you sometimes. Oh.
Yeah, I saw Black Panther as well.
I enjoyed it.
It's a good movie. You know, there's kind of one problem I have with it, and that it feels very much like you can kind of feel the Marvel formula in it. you have it feels like Thor Ragnarok in that, oh hey, your dad wasn't as good as you thought. Oh no, thing. Oh no, other person. Oh yeah, it's hmm. It felt I liked a lot. I liked it a lot. It confused my mom because my mom always gets confused when she watches Marvel movies.
Hmm.
To the point where I was like, I'm just
Yeah,
going
I
after
mean,
yeah after the film ended. I was like, I'm going to answer your questions before you ask them because
Yeah.
okay.
I'm gonna have the opposite problem when I go tomorrow with my dad. He's gonna try and be like, "That guy's the one that does such and such." I'm like, I know, Dad. Trust me. I'm pretty
oh.
sure I know. I'm pretty sure I know more than you at this point.
Also, there's two after credit scenes, so make sure you stay after the
Oh,
credits to
I,
see
I,
everything.
I was gonna do that anyway. It's
Yeah,
kind of a
it's a
rule.
tradition with Marvel. Just sit there and look at the credits and make fun of the names.
I
I can't
don't.
even remember what the second after credit scene was.
And are you kidding me? I'm not. I don't read credits. I don't have eyes for that. Well, I do have eyes for that, but I'm not gonna strain to read
Yeah, it's okay.
credit
Neither
names.
did I. I didn't look at the credits at all. I just looked at my phone. I was like, boy, it sure is nice just sitting here and watching the cleaning staff just kind of like trembling off of, off on the sides, just waiting to clean, but they can't because everybody's still sitting.
Yeah, that's probably
Well,
gonna suck.
Yeah, I
I
feel
got
bad.
to spend that time explaining the Ugandan Knuckles meme to my sister and lamenting your existence, Zero. So I spent that time wisely, I believe.
It's not Zero's fault it was in there.
Yeah, no, it's the meme kind. The fact that the meme exists isn't my fault. And to be honest, your exposure to it was more than just me because there are lots of people in our public Discord. So, hmm.
I still blame you.
Yeah, I know you do.
Still your fault. It's
So,
all Zero's
so
fault.
what else did you do this week, Casey, or last week, rather?
Uh, I don't remember. Like, events of today have kind of just sort of
His memories,
taken precedence in my head at the moment.
Your
his
birthday
memories
So
been
happened.
erased by rage.
it did. That was the Black Panther thing yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That happened.
I got
Oh,
Casey a
Zero
present.
got me a cool gift.
Yeah.
That was really nice of him. Completely unprompted. It was a cool thing. It was like a one of those CCG quest type games
Yeah, it's like
that
a
I've played a couple of
roguelike
and I
card
enjoy.
game thing.
Yeah, and that was cool because that's like the sort of thing I occasionally like to enjoy. So it was appreciated. Thank you, Zero.
You're welcome.
Fucking meme ruin the film. Bloody
I
cool
can be
games
your
I've time to
angel or
enjoy.
your devil.
Kind of an up and down day for Zero
The
that
way
day.
of the devil. Uh,
Does he know the way?
Stop it.
so is
Does the
that
devil know the way?
was that everything for your week then, Casey? Or is
That was
the way just
yeah. I'm just gonna
obliterating?
call it.
Okay. Kenshi, you break anything recently?
I have not broken anything recently. Also, screw you. Um, so this was the beginning of week one of my 3 week stretch of being booked. So I had match Saturday. It went okay. Uh, I had a tag team match with these two dudes, two local guys, and my partner has only been training for a year.
Hmm.
I wouldn't say he's been wrestling for a year. He's only been training for a year.
Oh.
Yeah. So we kept it as basic as possible for him. And it was basically just me getting my ass beat for 15 minutes because he's so new, he can't sell correctly
Hmm.
or do spots well. So I had to do all of it. And yeah, good news. I have really good cardio because once that match was over with, I didn't even care. I wasn't even breathing hard. So yeah, there's that. And that was me getting beat on for two guys for a while. So
Well, there's that.
Because the other guy couldn't sell being hit. yeah, so you had to take it, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think they did anything to him. Honestly. I'm thinking back on that match right now. He didn't get hit at all.
Did he just like curl up in a fetal position in the corner and say, "Don't hit me, please"?
No, it was like
I more imagine it just Kenshi getting beat on by both of them, and this other guy is just wandering around. Come on, you guys!
Come on,
Don't
hit
be
me
like
too.
that.
no. I'll tell you exactly what happened. So like, he started the match. It was a tag match, so one of us had to stand. For those of you not initiated, it means one person from each team is in the ring, and the other person from each team is standing on the apron waiting to be tagged in.
Mm-hmm.
So like, he started, like, he didn't take any damage at all in this match. Like, they like gave him some stuff at the beginning. Like, he put them in a wrist lock and stuff.
Yeah.
And his wrist lock, like one of the most basic holds in wrestling, wasn't great. So right then I was like, yeah, it's a good thing he's not going to be in here for long. So he did that. And then I tag in, and we were doing some like partner dissension thing to explain why we were tagging in and out.
Yeah.
And from that point on, like while we're arguing, they like the bad guy opponents like switched out behind my back and then proceeded to beat the shit out of me. And my partner was useless because he was arguing with me. He didn't do anything from that point. He didn't take a bump. He didn't take a fall. They didn't punch him.
He just watched on from the sideline.
He was basically watching from the sideline. He did like one little spot where he basically did nothing. Like he basically stood there while the other dude ran at him and shoulder blocked him, and he didn't go down, and that was it.
Did he like give like Dragon Ball commentary of, "Oh no, Kenshi's really gonna get it now. Oh, that opponent is too strong."
No, he didn't do that because he's new. So when you're new, the thing you focus when you're brand new, you don't focus on like little things like interacting with the crowd or like trying to get like banter from your opponent or whatnot. You're so concerned with like not fucking up the physical stuff. That's all you can think about. So it's probably a good don't die, don't fuck up, don't make this look stupid is all you're worried about at the beginning. So yeah, it was a good thing I was in there for as long as I was. Else it wouldn't have been great. But yeah, got through that. I also got to do commentary as well, which was interesting. On a match. It was weird because like this is like a smaller show. So for this company, they don't really care that much about the smaller shows. So like one of the dudes in the back, they had a rotating cast of commentary. Like one person was out there doing all of it, and then someone else would come out to join them.
Yeah.
So one of the dudes in the back came out there and like, hey, I don't like such and such in this match. So if I say fuck on this audio, we can't use this match, right? While they're recording. So I had to go out there and do it. And the dude in charge of the show was like, hey, we got an open out there. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. So I got to do commentary. That was also a thing. Too bad they'll never use that match.
Your career of commentary is only just now starting.
Maybe. I'll do it. I don't care. I have lots of comments and strong opinions on things.
Yeah, you do. Every single author's note you leave is a pretty good comment.
I've been toning down on those lately. I can easily ramp them back up, but I'm trying to grow up. I'm trying to be a more adult Kenshi for a new age.
The new age.
Overrated. You have a job. That's enough.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I could be more of a dick in my author's notes. So yeah, that's just the first week. I have 2 more weeks of shows to do. So that's going to suck.
Yeah.
Fun fact, on my way home from this show, my car broke down again.
Oh.
Yeah, I was not pleased. I stomped a gigantic dent into the side of my car out of frustration.
Oh.
So it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and my car overheated, and I'm just like fuming on the side of the road every so often, just kicking the side of my car. I should have taken a picture of the dent so that you could all see it. Yeah, that's where my boot was.
Just like your car's on its dying last breaths, and you're just like kicking it. Work, work.
Yeah, that's what it is. It needs to be. I don't care about your feelings, car. Get me home.
I tried that with my computer. It clearly didn't work. So yeah.
Fun fact: I tried that with my computer when it broke down as well. It also worked, so I took a sledgehammer to it. I wouldn't recommend.
Oh.
I wouldn't recommend you do that, Casey. You put more money in your computer than mine. So
you cut out there, so I didn't catch that.
He took a sledgehammer to his old computer when kicking it didn't work.
I guess he was having trouble getting over it.
Haha, that's a reference.
Man.
Yeah. So I did actually try and hit my computer. It worked once. Like first time, like a couple of hours ago, I hit the fan, like the vent, and it went quiet. Well, ish. And okay, cool. I guess I can record. And then it got loud again. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just do it again.
You get one.
It had not so good an effect that time.
You get one.
So
yeah, you gave your computer the old Fonzie jukebox treatment.
And yeah, it worked the first time.
All right, let's see. What else has Kenshi been doing? Nothing much else. I think I put out a chapter or something last week. I don't remember if it was last week. It might have been.
Pokemon. You released a chapter of Pokemon.
Yes, that. I did that. It's been a while. So, yeah. Updated that. And I'm still working on other things. And I'm going to see Black Panther tomorrow with my dad. And he's going to talk the whole time. So we will see. My opinions have been everyone at work has seen it.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to shut them up about talking about it today, I put in headphones and I played Africa full blast on my computer in my headphones. And it wasn't Toto's Africa, it was Ninja Sex Party's Africa. I don't know why I picked that one, but it's what I used. It seemed effective.
It works.
And then after everyone found out that's what I was doing, they laughed, and I wondered why they were laughing. And I realized I did it so I wasn't hearing anything about Black Panther.
Yeah.
But I was playing Africa.
Yeah. I thought that was the intent.
That was not intentional, but that is deliciously ironic. I like it.
Poetic, yes, but yeah, not to pick at terms, but yes.
Anything else interesting happening this week for you, Casey or Kenshi?
Not really. That's pretty much it.
All
and
right.
Patience pitching titles.
Fandom Flux blesses the rains down in Africa. If you change the rains down and you change it to the way down, that might work.
Ninja Sex Party did a really good job with that song, by the way.
I gotta listen to their cover. I really have only listened to a few of their songs, so I want to try giving them more of a listen.
Very good.
Patient, how's your week been? Anything interesting or patient happen?
Well, as you stated on the last podcast, I've been in the midst of training a local bank branch called IBC Bank. It's only got branches in Texas and Oklahoma, so pretty local, but quite reliable bank. I've spent the last week in training about it. We've basically been just learning more about the company and what's expected of us, and taking notes on all of the things that we need to know about the company and to do our job. So that went on for 4 days. It was not dull. We had several activities in class where we were getting to know each other and watching videos. There's one in particular that I think you might be interested in seeing. It's now what can't think of the term to describe it. It's just a "don't be this guy" sort of video. Sorry, Casey.
Okay.
Don't be this guy.
Why?
Just for making your phone vibrate like that.
Oh, you can hear that. Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah.
So, yeah, that went on for 4 days, Monday through Thursday, and it was nice. It was, well, as nice as it can be. It honestly was easier than I expected to be, adjusting to a sleep schedule, getting up before dawn, and spending an hour driving downtown, spending 8 hours or so there for training, and then driving back. It was remarkably easy. Tedious, certainly, but not hard. Friday.
Is it full time? Is it full time when you start, or?
No, I start as part time. I believe it's after 90 days that I can move to full time. Yeah. So I have today off because it's President's Day. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. So glad that I can be here.
Previous presidents.
I don't have the day off because they took my day off and put it into my winter break. So I don't get it.
I'm sorry, Zero.
At least in my first class, all we're doing is watching a movie.
So Friday we had a test over everything that we were supposed to do. And we did review a bit before the test, by which I mean my trainer went over the test and asked us every question that was on it.
You know, that is a pretty good way to review. I remember for one of my college history classes, basically every single question on the final was taken from a quiz we'd done previously in the semester. So like I grabbed all my quizzes, made a huge pile, and then I memorized all the answers. Like an hour before the test, I got a 99. It was frustrating. I missed one.
In class review is for chumps.
See, I'm really good at cramming. I have a really fantastic short-term memory, but my long-term memory is absolutely garbage. So,
Kenji,
yes.
What were you insinuating with that comment?
That I don't agree with free exam review. I do not agree with that practice.
Well, fair enough.
Not if you are doing it on your own. If teachers of the class are doing it, or like telling, hey guys, we're gonna review that we're gonna have in 10 minutes. No, I don't like that.
Well, technically, the whole day was supposed to be reviewing and memorizing the few things that we needed to memorize. Thursday was supposed to be, and we were supposed to have the test at the end of the day on Thursday, but the day ran long, so we had it first thing in the morning on Friday instead. And I finished faster than anyone else. So,
nice.
Yeah.
You're an intelligent young man.
That's usually either a really good thing or a really bad thing, in my experience.
Good thing.
Because sometimes when you finish faster than everyone else, it's because you said, I don't care, I give up, and just hand the test in. Other times, it's like, I've been the first one to like bring up the test on multiple occasions. Not all of them are great.
Well, all of the answers were most of the answers on the test were easy for me to remember and recite. There were a few that tripped me up, but as long as I got at least an 80%, I passed. So, there's that. And after that, we spent the remainder of the day in the computer lab. We had, 1 second.
Oh, they had 1 second.
Sorry. We had 7 modules relating to the bank that we had to complete, just telling us about different services that we provide, different procedures and such. We had to complete each of the 7 modules, then have a test at the end that we needed to get at least an 80% on to pass. I got all but one of them on my first try. The second one I managed to get up to a better score before I left on my lunch break, and that was just because it was a 7-question test, so needed to get at least 6 of them right. I missed 2 instead of 1 the first time. Yeah. After I came back from lunch, there were a couple more modules that I had to go over for the process of credit card applications. Sort of an important thing to know.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
And after that, we had another module of just what to do and what not to do, I believe it was. Hard to remember exactly. After that, I had finished everything that they had extended the day by an hour and a half for us to finish 2.5 hours before the day was supposed to be finished. So my trainer gave me another module to do, this one covering insurance matters in case of bank failure. And that one was honestly more difficult and more enjoyable for me to learn from. It wasn't something I could just breeze through, which made it a little more enjoyable for me and helped me commit it a little bit more to my memory. So that's good. Finished it in half an hour, and my trainer still didn't have anything for me to do, so he let me leave 2 hours early.
Cool.
Yeah. And so since then, I've been enjoying a 3-day week. I made a dump cake yesterday for a church potluck.
A dump cake?
Yeah, so called because you just dump everything into a pan and bake.
Oh.
Yeah. The one I made, dump cherry pie filling, crushed pineapple, pecans, yellow cake mix, and a couple of sticks of melted butter. Bake for an hour. Delicious. More like a cobbler than a cake.
Yeah, I've had one of those before. They're kind of outstanding.
That sounds actually really good. Although, if I were to make a dump cake, I would probably throw literally everything in the kitchen into it.
That sounds gross.
I don't know. It could be magical. It's like playing the lottery. You might get something amazing, or most of the time you fail.
You're gonna throw a raw potato in there, just see what happens.
Yeah, maybe throw some fish. See where we go.
Chicken pot pie dump cake.
Yep.
Just combine 2 things and you create a microcosm of new universe.
I mean, I might as well just pitch that idea to KFC now.
I mean, a savory dump cake doesn't sound unappetizing.
Chicken pot
Bro,
dump
seriously.
pie.
You should pitch that idea to KFC, and if they buy it off, give us all money.
Sure, I will totally share all the money.
Idea, not to...
I will totally share all the money that I get.
The worst that can happen, they say no. Also, you're already rich. We're not. Give us some money.
I'm not rich. My dad
Also,
is.
you're the ass. They have to do it.
Uh, hmm.
All right. Something else notable this past week, my girlfriend has published the next 2 chapters of 12 Red Lines. The big confrontation that's been building for a while is out of the way and the plot is off the rails.
She's
Always
always
a nice
fun.
point to reach in the story.
I like when the plot is totally derailed.
Also, the Crossbrain has all but finished part 2 of Strong World. Once Spoken has finished his proofreading, we'll be posting it later today.
Alright. Anything else interesting happened this week, or?
My sister-in-law got the flu. Not good. Aside from that, not really too much else.
Alright, well, then I guess I'll take it from here. So, I've been...
What have you been doing, Zero, besides usurping hosting duties?
Yeah, well, you know, I went and dove deeper into VR chat.
Oh, God.
I have... There's a world in VR chat called Uganda that's...
No shit.
A magical place where you can take on the skin of the devil and become a Ugandan Knuckles. So I had a friend from another Discord server. Me and him were playing, and he was using this Gohan skin, and he does a really uncanny impression of Masako X's Gohan. Oh, Casey's phone. It's got it going on. But so we had a weird kind of series of events happen to us, me and him, with his Team 4-Star Bridge Gohan and me being Bokomon from Digimon, which nobody remembers. But the people that do remember Bokomon become my friends, without question.
Short guy in the Haramaki?
Yes. Thank
Bookkeeper.
You. You are my friend. So...
I don't know what that is. Not Zero's friend.
So... We... we went around a few worlds. I ran into somebody who RPs a yandere, and she recognized my Bokomon, and I was like, yay! And then we started talking about Digimon, and then she went full yandere on a person, and it was hilarious and amazing, except for the fact that, you know... Actually, no, it was just hilarious. The other guy was like, no, get away from me. I'll kick you. She's like, yeah, kick me. And she's just, like, really into it, and it's really creepy, but also just everybody's laughing really hard. We ran into a comedy... We did a comedy routine thing at a club world, and everybody ended up resorting to... Well, not me, but pretty much everybody around me, because it's the internet, were making their very... lots of racist jokes and stuff, and I was like, well, everybody's laughing. Yeah, it's the internet. Since my character is Bokomon, he's from Digimon. He kind of looks... I think one person who saw my avatar described it as, I kind of want to pet it, but I also kind of want to kill it. And I think that's the kind of emotion I was going for. It's a weird place, VR chat. I played Never Have I Ever.
Really?
I got into a discussion with a bunch of people about Naruto and shonen anime in general. It's a strange place. But still a lot of fun. I want to drag at least one of you into that hell with me. But,
Don't you need VR for that?
no, it's
Kind of in the
desktop.
name.
You can use desktop. You don't need a VR headset.
I'm good.
You know, it's fun. Sometimes you'll have conversations with regular people, and sometimes a tank will come in and start playing the Russian anthem. You never
Sounds
know.
amazing.
You never know what'll happen next. Sometimes instead of a tank, it'll be a giant cockroach with a flag sticking out of its back, and then it will start singing the Russian anthem. I don't know. I don't know how to really describe all my experiences in it because it's,
So you don't know the way?
you know, there's such a movement against that meme inside VR chat.
Still gonna keep pushing that button because it's your fault.
People have their emotes where they take out signs that have like the knuckles but it's crossed out. You know? Other people will just like, if you're wearing a Uganda knuckles, that means either you're becoming blocked immediately by everyone, or everyone will just gang up on you and tell you to get out. Usually, in some cases, they're allowed to stay, and they'll say, but like if they say, "Do you know the way?" That's when they're voted to kick. No, you're not allowed here. Go back to Uganda, where everybody just repeats that same line over and over again.
Yeah, until it gets drilled into your brain.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear an African accent and you can't unthink it.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Zero.
Black Panther was
Ever.
good.
Yeah, it was a good film.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Aside from venturing into VR chat and avoiding what I could of trash and jumping into deeper into trash that I found interest in, it's I don't think I really did too terribly much this week, mainly because I've been out of the house a lot because we're trying to sell my house. So we've had 2 open houses this weekend, which basically meant, oh hey, I'm not allowed to come home. I gotta go somewhere.
Parents kick you out of the house and live in the streets for 12 hours a day.
So it's like the first open house was till like 4, and I got off work at 4. But like, oh, people might stay an hour afterwards, so you might not be able to come home.
We don't want zero. You need to like roam the streets because we don't want.
If we have a showing, guess what? I have to get kicked out of my house because I can't.
You're gonna scare the customers.
Well,
no one's gonna buy our house if you're here. Go away.
Everybody's actually supposed to leave, but only the realtor is supposed to remain. Of which my mom is getting really mad at the realtor because she's not doing enough, and my mom's like. To be fair, when I lived in a small town in Arkansas, my mom was able to sell our house in 11 days, which is pretty impressive considering we were in a small town in the middle of a dying town in Arkansas.
Yeah, realtors are either really good or really bad. I had a really bad one at first, and then I found one that was fucking awesome. He was the best. So there's like no middle ground, as far as I know.
Realtor grow.
That dude got me my house in like 7 days. He was outstanding. And the first lady was like, I was with her for like 2 months and nothing. Ugh, those were dark days, gentlemen.
Let's see. I haven't really played any interesting games. I haven't watched any anime outside of what I'm normally otherwise watching. 2 of my friends in another server just like marathoned all of Mob Psycho, and so it's fun talking with them about that, especially considering that we're doing a whole Zero Interest series on it.
Yeah, that's not coming out. That didn't come out yesterday, by the way, people, because obvious reasons.
Mm.
Stupid computer.
Well, hopefully we'll find a cure for that computer.
I'm getting a replacement fan that should get here by Wednesday. If it does, then I can swap it out, hopefully. I have never actually done that, but I can swap it out and hopefully get the editing done and release it that day.
Mm.
Other than that,
Yeah.
tempted to just buy like a complete pre-built computer and just call it a day.
I'm sorry, Casey.
Just replace everything.
Do you want a hug?
Kinda.
I mean, I'd love to give you one right now, but I'm like across the ocean.
Yeah, same here.
So
I
all
can't reach.
All
Don't
I can
offer
do.
what you can't provide, Kenji.
All I can do is hug you in spirit, and Zero can help. Arms across the Atlantic, Zero.
I'll raise my hands up and give you my energy.
Isn't
Yeah.
Zero in literally the opposite direction of where you want to?
Okay, first it'll be arms across America, and then we'll create a chain, which we will then use for the Atlantic. Which is longer, America or the Atlantic to England?
The Atlantic, I think.
Damn. You gotta meet us. You gotta meet us halfway, Casey. Arms across England, and maybe, just maybe, it'll be long enough to reach. I don't
think
know where I'm
Ireland
going with
might
this.
have something to say about that whole project. I mean, I feel like territory disputes are a bit of a hot button issue there. I'm not aware.
Yeah, they'll be fine. I don't know.
They can't defeat the power of brotherly love.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, I know they can.
Apparently. I don't know where I was going. I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't know
Let's
where you were
move
going
on.
either, to be honest. Anyway, that was kind of my week, and we're at 40 minutes right now. So if anybody wants to bring up a topic we can discuss.
Put me on the spot here, Holmes.
Yeah. I know Slicer wanted to talk about a topic, but he's not here right now, so I don't think it's fair to really discuss it without him. Thanks, Casey. You are, as always.
Hey, you're the host.
Yeah, you're the host.
Well, you often left it to us to discuss topics, Casey, as you were the host, if you do recall.
And he's still in charge, technically. So
That's not true at all. I wouldn't shut up when we brought up topics.
Yeah,
Are you guys gonna have a host war?
I have a friend who's actually... I want to bring this up. I have a friend who's writing a self-insert fic, and so I was wondering if we could discuss about self-inserts, just as a style of fic writing.
Oh man.
You have my attention, of course.
So, just... let's just discuss that. What are the best ways to go about doing a self-insert?
What were we talking about? Sorry, I got in my own head about a pun.
I have a friend who's writing a self-insert fic right now, and she's been having some trouble. So, what would be the best way to go about doing a self-insert? Because I've been giving advice, but just want to hear you guys' opinions, especially.
Well,
Patience.
first of all, unless you're going for some form of satire or basing your story deliberately around it one way or the other, one, you don't want to make your character a Mary Sue, Gary Stu, or whatever the term is. But on the other hand, you don't want to go the other extreme and make them a doormat incapable of contributing to the entire plot either, unless, as I said, you want to make it some form of satire, as can be pulled off well. That's the biggest thing. Second biggest is that you need to keep to this tone of the story that you're putting your character into. You want to make the character fit into the story. Yeah, that's not quite right. You want to have your character grow so that they fit into the story, or no, that's not right either. Trying to make
Oh, go ahead.
Just trying to say that you don't want to make anyone out of character. And I mean, the self-insert character starts off as you completely, but the nature of that world, whatever world you're inserted in, can change you, I assume. Certainly.
My own policy on that, in very particular, is the self-insert is you for like the first minute. Then it is basically just a character you know particularly well.
Yeah,
Like,
I had advised her to like when you're making a self insert, it's important that at least in the beginning they react as you would, and not to kind of. It's easy to be like, oh, I'd react this way, but you know that that's not how you would really react. That's how you would like to react. You have to be kind of as realistic as possible as to who you are and what your own flaws are.
yeah, writing a self-insert that doesn't become a Mary Sue fic takes a seriously deep understanding of self.
And
For example, I am very well established as being kind of a shit. So I made sure to make myself insert kind of a shit, and it kind of causing problems for him on a regular basis. So
Yeah, patient, you were gonna say something?
lost it.
Ah. Yeah, I was kind of workshopping with her on a lot of ideas, and like the whole idea is for this particular essay fic, the character gets transported into this world. They were sleeping beforehand, and when they wake up, like I was like, you would react not by noticing, oh, hey, I'm in this world. You'd be like, what's a stranger doing in my house, kind of thing. Because when you have your self-insert character, it's easy to say, oh, hey, I'm in this world, and oh, hey, I know all this stuff, but that's not necessarily realistic because normally people would kind of freak out. Kind of.
that in itself, though, that can be a problem.
Yeah.
Is the oh, I'm in another world freak out thing is such an expected thing because that's what would happen, that it gets kind of annoying reading over and over again. So
Yeah. At the same time, it is a self-insert, so I guess you kind of have to go with how would you react given the circumstances that allow you to find yourself mixed into this thing that you know. So, one thing, like, I think the thing that I really kind of warn about in writing a self insert is having a lot of just good things happen to your character, because I feel like you can run to a point where good things happen to your character but they don't feel deserved, and that can come across as probably annoying to a lot of readers because you want to have a balance of both good and bad conflicts that your character encounters.
Here's the thing about most universes: good things don't tend to happen to heroes much at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, pick any character you can think of. Good things don't really happen to them. Like,
Especially
on the other,
yeah, patient.
on the other hand, a pitfall that the cross brain fell into. You don't want to go the other way and have bad things happen to them too much. I mean, a good amount of what we've done to Cross is good for his character development, but sometimes we're just subjecting him to pain out of pure mean-spiritedness in an attempt to either get humor out of Schadenfreude or just trying to not make him too much of a perfect character. And I mean, we've been trying to tone it down as we've noticed, but it just goes to show you can go too far to the other extreme.
Yeah, I know a lot of us. Uh, we the fix sleeping with the girls was particularly good self-insert fic because
At the
well
time, it was like 2012 or so when
yeah
that came out.
at the time yeah
So long ago. But at the time, self-inserts were a bit of a different breed. Everything was super positive Mary Sue bullshit for self-inserts at the time, and that was the exact opposite. And it was a breath of fresh air in that sense.
and well I eventually dropped off it because uh, it was getting I don't know I didn't really like the direction it was going at one point but when it starts off you have a person who goes through a lot of crap but he's still able to get small victories and I think a lot of people have a stigma towards self-insert fix a lot of the time or OCs in general because they don't they have a bad rep a lot of the time
Because it's a hard concept to do.
yeah
I mean, I'm just guessing what you said because you cut out there. I think you said OCs are a hard concept to do well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Disagree. I mean, that's creating characters. It's a fundamental part of writing a story in general. If you're not
Right then. My
I
mistake.
I would argue that it's hard to do well because you are fitting a character into a pre-existing universe and that's hard to do well because you run into the potential problem of that character not necessarily fitting in with that universe.
Yeah, the problem isn't creating characters for a thing. It's creating characters to use in a fan fiction story.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
readers have who they like.
No, the real problem, of course, is Sturgeon's Law. Because you see so many more examples of the bad than the good.
Also, I'm so glad Kenji clarified because I missed everything that Zero said there.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking
because
at
Kenji basically
very sparse audio here.
Yeah, Kenji was basically saying what I intended to say, and that is it is hard to make an OC if only because of the surroundings that you're placing that OC into, and with a self-insert, it can be like you're not going to naturally because it's a self-insert. You're not going to naturally fit into the universe you put yourself into, but. Patience said earlier.
That's the intent of the concept: is you don't fit.
Yeah, Patience said earlier.
So,
your character can grow to perhaps become more of a part of that world, and that's something that's
like part of the character's arc is going to be finding their place and making themselves fit into the world.
Yeah. And that's something that can be done really well. And so, like, Casey, I know I really like your Skyrim self-insert fic because in a weird way, you find your character fitting into the world in a weird way that works because of how you're able to interact with the characters, and it, over time starts to feel more and more natural. And I think that's kind of the way you should go about doing it. Anybody else got anything to add?
I have no idea what that means, but sure.
It means that I like your story and that you're doing a good job integrating your SI into the world.
Okay, I'll take the compliment then, I guess.
It's not loaded compliment. It's just a compliment. Just accept it, damn you.
Yeah. He's cutting out for a lot of us, or rather, he's hearing us cut out. So I don't think he's fully hearing what we're saying.
All right. I think that means it's our cue.
Yeah. We're at about 54 minutes. That was kind of a short topic, but given Casey's technical difficulties, let's go ahead and just start up with recommendations. What does everybody got?
Well,
I had one, but I can't pull it up. Sorry.
I may as well recommend. Anyone remember the old fic that went on for a while and then stopped updating? Tomorrow's Romance Dawn?
Sounds
That's-
familiar.
It's a One Piece,
Yeah.
a One Piece story wherein the Straw Hat Pirates pre-Alabasta and the Straw Hat Pirates pre-Punk Hazard, I believe, all both arrive at a temporarily displaced island along with a group of New World bounty hunters who were looking for the island specifically because there's supposed to be a treasure there.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a significant. It strikes me as something that would fit well as another one of the One Piece films, but the author, who is now going by the name The Otaku with Hazel Eyes, the updates were just painfully slow, but it was extremely popular for its time. It was. They are very realistic about the conflicts that could arise from Straw Hats in the past meeting a group of New World grade bounty hunters and the Straw Hats of the future not wanting them to fight against people that they honestly have no chance whatsoever of defeating. So, it's an enjoyable story with interesting characters. I mean, well, here, if this comes through.
Oh. Casey's phone has got it going on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. They have art for the characters. That's pretty interesting.
Commissioned by yours truly.
Oh.
Those are primary antagonists, and they're dangerous. Let's just say that. I am honestly looking forward to the fullness of the plot that she has planned because she's really, really good with fleshing out the characters. Some people have complained that of a lot of focus on her OC, but honestly, like I said, it strikes me like a One Piece film. Like it could be that. And I mean, fleshing out the bad guys, there's hardly anything else.
Yeah, I don't see a particular problem with fleshing out your OCs in that scenario, or even at all. Kind of fleshing them out is what makes them better, to say the least.
So I've linked the archive of our own. There she. The story from now on. She's gone through a comprehensive, but you can find the original version here on fanfiction.net. And, well, see if the original version makes you interested in.
Right. Anything else anybody got to recommend?
You know I don't. You know full well that I don't.
Yeah, and Casey had a fic, but you lost that, so.
Even if I hadn't, I am getting about 5 words out of 100 at this point.
Do you know the title of the fic you wanted to recommend?
Can we just end this, please?
Okay.
Unless you've got something.
All right. I got nothing. Ketchy's got nothing. Oh. Okay.
Yes, my phone vibrates. Can we please?
So
I may be getting a little bit frustrated.
Casey's a bit frustrated. We're a little bit over an hour right now. A little bit shorter than normal, but hey, technical difficulties have been happening. So thanks for listening, everyone. Please donate on Patreon if you feel so inclined. Leave a comment down below if you want to leave a comment down below. We have a public Discord available, and you can jump in there, ask us any questions you want. Hang out. It's a fun place. And we'll see you guys next time with episode 210. Wow.
That outro was Casey's outro. I want my outro.
Well, you know... Okay, Kenshi, you do your outro. Here you go.
No, I'm good.
You can do it.
I'm good.
You can do it, huh?
Bye.
Bye.